Remember, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas.
Ah.
Except for herpes. That shit'll come back with you.
And now, coming to you live from the tri-state area and San Francisco, California, it's the best part of Wednesday, Waffle Box, with your hosts, Mike Fish and Kush Hayes.
Ooh, welcome to Waffle Box, the podcast where we talk about anything, everything, and nothing all at the same time. Coming up on episode 49. Does what happens in Vegas stay in Vegas? And then, of course, Doctor Strange has taken over the world, and much more. I'm Mike Fish, and I am joined, as always, by the main man over to the right. It's Mr. Kush Hayes. Kush, how you doing, buddy?
Hey, what's good, y'all? Kush Hayes here, coming to you all the way from San Francisco, the home of champions. The Warriors, the Golden State Warriors, are getting ready to have Game 5 tonight against the Memphis Grizzlies. I had the privilege of working Games 3 and 4. I got slammed at Game 3, guys. Like, I couldn't do nothing right. It was quite embarrassing. I've been doing this for a while. It's not my first playoff game, man, and I could not get nothing right this night. So hopefully I didn't end up on TV, but the next two nights were fantastic, and I'm looking forward to the Warriors advancing to the Western Conference Finals. I don't want to jinx it, but I feel pretty good about it.
Well, did you trip up any cheerleaders?
Not tonight, or not Friday night. I didn't. No.
Oh, there you go. That's a plus. It's an improvement.
Thank goodness, because there was lots of room for tripping cheerleaders, prominent Bay Area legend rap stars. Yeah, it was not a good time for old Kush Hayes.
Never mind.
Not the worst night at the office, but it's in the top 3 for sure now. So.
I feel that right. Are you a glass half empty kind of guy, or are you? Because
I'm trying to be definitely more on the optimistic side of things, but I can tell you, like, yeah, no, there's no shaking it. Friday, I had a bad night. Saturday and Sunday, though, outstanding. Made up for everything.
Yeah. Best 2 out of 3. You win.
I guess so. There you go. Hell yeah.
So is that pretty much what's been taking your world up the last 7 days? Sleep and work and sleep? Or have you had any time
Doctor
to
Strange, got to see the Doctor Strange 2. We'll talk a little bit more about that, but spoiler alert, I enjoyed it. Got to do a recording, got this week's microdose in early. That's going to be with Drew Angelman, and we're talking about summer movies. Cheap plug, but that Drew Angelman's always a fun conversation. And yeah, man, like, this was a good week overall, dude. It's nice to be back at work, but I am definitely out of shape in this post-COVID era, and I need to start doing some more push-ups.
Oh, yeah. Talking about being out of shape. I did laundry today, which just involves me going up and down stairs several times because the machines are in the basement.
Okay, lucky.
My back's killing me today. I don't know what the hell's. I'm just getting old.
Wow, man. How much laundry are you doing?
About 7 or 8 loads.
Okay, yeah. In one day, that'll do it. Yeah.
Yes, I as much as
some grief, but that's a lot of laundry in one day.
As much as the convenience is having washer and dryer in the basement, and obviously not having to spend money at a laundromat, yada yada yada. I do kind of prefer going to the laundromat because I can just use several machines at a time. I can just bang it out in a couple of hours and I'm done.
Yeah,
rather than
I hear what you're saying.
It becoming my whole day. Like Wednesday is laundry day. That's it. That's all that takes up my time.
I would give a lot right now to have my own washer and dryer again. Like, even when it was just like I was sharing with like 8 people, like, still way more convenient than going to the public laundromat. The minimum was like 3 people. Like, having your own washer and dryer is way better than going to the public laundromat. Even before COVID started, dude, like, I would deal with people bringing dogs in. I know you're a dog guy, you're a dog house. Everything is covered in dog hair. But guess what? Not everyone else wants that bullshit, especially me.
Yeah, why would you bring a dog to a laundromat? That's weird.
Because that's my fur baby, Mike Fish. I gotta bring my fur baby along. I mean, he's my special fur baby.
Dogs are allowed in 3 places: your house, the outside while you're walking them, and breweries. That's it. It's pretty much the only 3 places I can think of.
The Honorable Kush Hayes approves of all 3 of those. Okay. But when it's not dogs, it's some asshole eating Cheetos. It's like, why would you put that hell on not only yourself, but everybody else? Or some asshole has the nerve to light up a cigarette inside the laundromat. And you're like, hey man.
We're trying to clean this. I'm a smoker, but even I'm like, dude, I'm trying to clean my clothes. Why the fuck are you putting that shit on me?
Yeah. And then there's just the incompetence of 40 other people just trying to do their own laundry and not try and get in anybody's way, but failing wildly at all of that.
See, I'm like our local one. Shout out to Frank. I doubt he listens to this, but he's the owner of that place.
Frank.
But yeah, it's generally at maximum only like 8 people in there at a time. So I'm the kind of guy I just
Again, lucky.
load up 4 or 5 machines, let them do their things, and then I sit in the corner quietly, listen to a podcast on my headphones. That's how I roll. I'm the nice guy.
We've definitely talked way more about our laundry than anyone wants to hear, but I'm still going to add to this. So the property manager.
Hey, we talk about anything, everything, and nothing at the same time.
And nothing all at the same
So
time. So it's the best part of Wednesdays, yo. And the property company that I live on, they put like 8 washers and dryers on each block, but that's still like 40 people you're sharing. So some bright idea actually went up to the strip mall, opened up a public laundromat, and it's got all the industrial machines. And for the first year, that shit was legit, dude. They all worked, everything was clean. But then people are people, and things don't get repaired on time, or can't get repaired, or something about quarters, and that fucks with just a machine just sitting broken for weeks to months. But I have to do my laundry at like 5 a.m. And even then, there's still sometimes like 5 other people there. I'm like, what are you doing here? It's 5 a.m, asshole. So
Yeah, screw that.
Yeah. So your private washer and dryer, godsend. Like, I'd probably just be doing a load of laundry every day. Fuck that walking up and down the stairs 7 times a day. But yeah, man, you are
I'm
hashtag blessed.
I'm living with someone who's very particular. Everything has to be split up correctly. I can't just like, this is today's clothes in one load. It has to be done. Ugh. Anyway, it's a thing.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about, one day I only do socks. One day I only do boxers. One day I only do t-shirts, or one day I only do jeans. But like, if I have that many loads to do, that is. Yeah.
Oh no, if I was left to my own devices, I wouldn't give a shit about what's delicates, what's colored, and anything like that. I was just like, this is in the basket today. It fits in there. Boom.
Okay. Yeah, I don't want too many pink shirts though, like Homer Simpson. I don't want to get sent to the insane asylum, man. Like, so that's I feel your wife is coming from. She can get away with pink. You can actually probably get away with pink.
Oh,
like,
yeah,
some dudes can't. I don't think I can. But that's
got to be confident with
it. Yeah,
anyway,
that's fair.
That's
fair.
our laundry update. Welcome to the show. Talking about plugs before we get into the real meat and potatoes, as I like to say. Just another quick plug. See if you're thinking, hey, once a week isn't enough for my Waffle Box fix. We have a fix for you. You can go to extrawaffle.com, become a member there, and there'll be bonus episodes each and every week, maybe even more than once a week. Who knows what craziness is going to happen over there? But yeah, go to extrawaffle.com, become a member today. Okay.
You'll be glad you did.
You will be. So let's go. So as the old saying goes, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. Well, as of today, there are some nervous 50/60-year-old murderers or gangsters in Las Vegas because Lake Mead, the reservoir, I think it's the largest reservoir in
at least in Nevada.
Doesn't matter. That's not important to the
No,
story.
at least in Nevada.
Yeah. Is actually shrinking, as they say. So the water, I guess, whether it's because it's a drought and obviously it's very warm out there, shall we say, the water is draining And over the last couple of weeks, some dead bodies have turned up. Oh, this is like an interesting story for several reasons. One, because they say like this latest body was found in a barrel, so it was definitely not natural causes. Something shady happened there.
I mean, are you saying this woman didn't trip, fall into a barrel, fall off a truck, and then end up in Lake Mead? Are you actually implying that? Do you know that for sure, Mike Fish?
Went wrong.
Why do you know that, Mike Fish? I'm sorry, please continue.
Where were you on the evening of? No. So yes, so this is the second. So they reckon this body that they found, just based on the clothing, they reckon this person was shot. So I guess they found a bullet in the 70s or the 80s. So what's that? 56? Wow. So actually, no. God, Jesus, that was what, 50,
it's definitely not 50 or 60 years, motherfucker. It's less than 40.
Well, no, if it's the 70s.
In the 70s, it's just around 40-ish.
No, it's not. How
30.
Anyway, it was yesterday. Anyway, so yeah, so what's really freaky about it? So the police, Lieutenant Spencer told CBS News in Las Vegas that it's going to be Lieutenant Spencer. Shout out. It's going to be a very difficult case. No shit. Since his body was shot in the 70s. But then he said, I would say there's a very good chance as the water level drops that we're going to find additional human remains.
Confidence high.
Confidence is high.
Also, this is the water that not only does Las Vegas drink, but Los Angeles.
This supplies drinking water to 20 million people in Las Vegas and Los Angeles.
And I mean, they have filters and all that, but
oh, I'm sure, but still, dude. Like, I remember when I was growing up in jolly old England. I remember in our water tank, we found a dead pigeon.
Ew.
Yeah. Which again, it's all the filtration systems and stuff like that. But still, just knowing, there was a dead thing in there. Imagine 50-year-old decomposing human flesh in your drink water.
Yeah.
Minerals.
Which explains why Los Angeles is murderous and molestish.
And Vegas is Sin City. It's all coming together.
Well, these are the folks that sinned in Sin City. So it's yeah.
I was thinking, did I sin in Sin City when I was there a couple of times?
I'd be disappointed if you didn't.
Anything's, even if you kind of look at someone and go, they're attractive. Technically, that's a sin, right? That's like coveting or whatever. I don't know. So maybe.
Yeah. I know you've been to Vegas. You just said you were in Vegas. God damn,
I've been to Vegas a few times.
A few times, right on. You never drove there though, right? That'd be a little ridiculous, right?
No, because that would be a hell of a drive from New Jersey.
From the East Coast, absolutely. Okay. Well, I did the drive from San Francisco to Vegas one year for Cauliflower Alley. Pro wrestling fans, if you want to meet your dad's favorite wrestler, you go to Las Vegas for the Cauliflower Alley convention. This is not a plug, but this is a fact. You want to meet Ric Flair? Sometimes he's there. You want to meet God damn it, everyone's dead now. So you want to meet the legends?
Jim Ross
there, dude.
Jim Ross will be there.
Jim Ross is sometimes there. Yeah, man. Jim Ross is there. Jerry Lawler is sometimes there. Again, big names, dude. Anyways, not the point. We went to Vegas for this convention. And we at one point finally drove through the Nevada desert, and it's flat, Mike. It's just flat and desert and nothing but sand as far as you can see. And you hope that that road stays in front of you and doesn't turn into anything else, because there's nothing, dude. It's the desert. And I couldn't help but think, and I said it out loud to everyone else in the car. I was like, man, how many bodies do you think are buried out here? Because you ain't finding nobody out here. And if you find somebody, it's not who you're looking for. It's just you. It's an accident.
Yeah. So, one time, sorry, carry on. Finish up.
I was just going to say, I should not be surprised about this Lake Mead situation, but this is still bonkers. Just because of again, this is drinking water. People are drinking the corpses. They're consuming corpses, Mike Fish.
This is how the zombie apocalypse is going to begin.
Dude.
Once you get that taste for it, once you pop, you cannot stop, as Mr.
No
Pringles
bueno.
once said.
No bueno.
And he's like a businessman. So, you know, he knows what's going on. Do you reckon Mr. Pringle and the Monopoly Man are related?
No, but they are probably fraternity brothers.
Definitely. They know each other from way back, right?
Yeah, man. They both came up at the same time. That's probably have the same mustache. And yeah. Ooh, who do you think got more girls, Mr. Pringles or Uncle Moneybags?
See, I don't see. It all depends on when did the Monopoly Man get his money? Because if he got his money when he's older, I'm sure he's still got some. But I don't know. As kids growing up, I feel that Mr. Pringle Man, Mr. Pringles, whatever his name is.
You're saying Pringles had more game.
I reckon he was the cooler kid because he could have, you know, become. I'm sure he is doing all right for himself with the Pringles business, but you know, he didn't want to take over the world like the Monopoly Man. He just wanted his own slice of the pie. I reckon he's a pretty cool dude. Whereas Mr. Monopoly, he's savage, cutthroat. I reckon.
Mm-hmm. You'll do that, Mr. Monopoly. He'll sell his own mother's corpse and dump her in Lake Mead.
Indeed. So yeah, I don't know where that conversation went, but give us a follow on at Waffle Box Pod and let us know, who do you think got more tail at the highest in college, the Pringle Man or Monopoly Man? Or because I'm gonna have to look up their official names because I'm sure they have.
One is Uncle Moneybags.
Uncle, is that his real name?
Mm-hmm. Penny Moneybags.
Penny Moneybags.
No, it's definitely not Penny Moneybags. It's like it's Uncle Moneybags or Uncle Pennybags or, I mean, yeah.
Whose uncle
we'll have
is
to
he?
figure this out.
Is he that?
He's that rich uncle.
So he's trying to be friendly. He's like, oh, maybe one's uncle. I'm the fun uncle.
Oh,
He's hiding.
But with all that money, he better be the fun uncle. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, where's my birthday cards? Bitch.
They didn't have gift cards in 1940 or whenever Monopoly started.
Stop sending me Monopoly money. It's not real legal tender. God damn it.
And you're from what once was Europe, so you know what is a euro and what isn't. Like, they can't fool you by it. It's just because it's a funny color doesn't mean it's the real deal.
Can't get that shit by me. Where do we go from this? So yeah, Lake Mead. If you're in Vegas or Los Angeles, just maybe drink bottled water for a little while until they clean that shit out.
Yeah, right. But what's
by the sounds of it, they're just gonna wait. They're just gonna wait it out.
Yeah.
I mean, I appreciate it's a big body of water, but after a couple of dead bodies show up, you'd think, let's send some divers down there or something.
They don't have the time or the storage space for all those cadavers, man. Like, they gotta solve this one by one.
I bet they're bloated as fuck.
I mean, I'm sure there's little fishies in there or whatever. So the ones in the barrel are probably bloated as fuck, but everyone else is probably consumed. I would imagine just the well. I've seen too much Dexter.
Yeah, fucking Dexter. He only kills bad people.
Except for those bad people, those folks that weren't bad that he killed. Oops.
But ignore them though. Anyway, maybe he was responsible for this. So there you go.
I wouldn't be surprised. Fucking Dexter.
Boil your water before you drink it in Vegas and Los Angeles.
That's just good advice, people.
Good
Mike
advice.
Fish gave you that for free. Unless
you want to be drinking brains and other such things. Oh, anyway, let's move on. Such
Let's get this some stuff, man. Happier stuff.
Let's cheer each other up by talking about some dumb world records. For this week's dumbest world record of the week.
Why?
Why? Why would I? Why? Why?
Why? Why? Why? Why? Why would you want to do that?
Why indeed? So I should have had a map of where we've all been so far because we have traveled the globe with these dumb world records. This one comes to us from. I've not written down my notes, but I'm pretty 100% sure it's from China.
China.
This man, Ruan Liangming, do apologize if I incorrectly pronounced your name. He has broken the world record for the heaviest mantle of bees.
Heaviest mantle of bees? What does that mean? Obviously, there are bees involved, but what is a mantle of bees?
So he covered himself basically in bees.
Ooh, wow.
And
I mean, that's nothing original, but still, wow.
So I'm going to see if you can guess how many bees. So if you can think of how much the average bee weighs, which is obviously common knowledge, everyone knows that. So this mantle of bees on him combined for a weight of approximately 140 pounds.
Fuck off. Wow.
So he had 140 pounds worth of bees on his body.
Okay. So if you haven't seen the
maths.
new Jackass 4, they do a gimmick where they hang a queen bee from, I forget whose junk it is. It's probably Pontius's. Since
I'm assuming it's a penis.
It's always his penis, so it's probably his. And he ended up catching a little bee beard right on his genitalia there, and he got stung a couple times, but he just powered through it. But he had like 500 bees on him, and you're saying this is 140 pounds. I'm guessing. I'm just gonna say 1 million bees.
Oh, so you've
I feel like I'm undercutting it.
No, you've overshot it, so you've lost by Price is Right rules, I'm afraid.
Oh.
637,000 bees.
Okay.
Just
That's
still
still a
impressive.
lot of goddamn bees. Still a lot of goddamn bees.
Again, this is the thing. It's impressive, but again, why? Why would you do that? Like, what inspires a man? So, how much?
I have to feel
the
there's like a
largest mantle of
vibration thing
bees.
going on. Like guys do the beard of bees. Like I have to imagine there's like something that's like soothing to that condition.
At that level, surely.
I'm not going to do it, so I'm not going to test that theory out. And if you know, please let us know on Twitter at Waffle Box Pod. But yeah, I'm guessing it's a sensation thing.
You reckon it's a sexual thing? You reckon he's getting off on this?
Yes, probably.
Like you think it's there was 637 bees on him, and then suddenly, whoop, oh, quick! There's room for more bees.
Well, again, he's got 140 pounds, so that thing, like, he might as well be wearing a pair of jeans. So that thing ain't. There's no going to be up drawbridge. It's just, but yeah,
The mind
he's
is
probably
willing,
full.
but the body is not.
I think it's just, again, just you're not going to tear through your jeans when you see a pretty lady, Mike Fish. It's but you will be, you will be banging on that door, like, hey, let me out. And with the bees, yeah, probably not any different. Like, hey. Oh, this buzzer feels good though. What's going on here? That's how my penis talks.
But is it just generally how it talks, or is that muffled because it's in your pants? It's like, hey, Chris,
It's muffled. Thank you, Mike Fish. It's muffled because it's in my pants.
Yeah, because you're an
Otherwise,
upstanding citizen.
It's got a silky baritone voice. Otherwise,
Hey, baby.
something like that. Yeah, not far from it.
I think everyone's penis sounds like Barry White.
No,
No,
probably not.
who's like
Man, we were going off the books tonight.
Yeah, what's his Rob Schneider? I bet his penis doesn't sound like
Rob Schneider. Yeah, I mean, Rob Schneider's penis probably actually sounds like Rob Schneider. And actually probably does impressions of the copy man. Like, all right, Rob Schneider, we're getting late tonight.
Hey, Rob Schneider's penis is here. What's
Rob
going
Schneider.
on, ladies?
San Francisco Pacifica native Rob Schneider. Shout out to Rob Schneider's penis.
I can do you. Maybe that's what he shouts.
That's a fun callback. Folks, check out our longest yard commentary on Spotify.
Speaking of Rob Schneider's penis, check out The Longest Yard,
Group hug in the showers.
where they make several jokes about how large Bill Goldberg's penis is. I think that might be the highly most referred to joke in that movie.
Mhm.
They call back to that several times.
They definitely break rule of 3 on that one.
Yeah. Look, he's got a big penis.
I felt it on my leg. Ugh.
Ugh. Anyway,
Anyway,
but it's got some gray hair on it now. So still to come. So anyway, yeah, don't put bees on your penis, or I don't know where the point for that one was. But still to come on this week's Waffle Box, we're got a very Marvel heavy second half where we'll be having a Marvel middle of the show quiz, a Marvel inspired trapdoor segment, and then of course Kush will be reviewing Doctor Strange 2. And then we'll be ending on our feel good segment of the week. So stay tuned. We'll be right back after this break. Hey, you. Yes, you. Was you thinking of having that beer? But my friend, it's only 10 a.m. Won't everyone judge you for drinking this early? Well, don't worry, we've got just the thing to help you. Your very own Waffle Box mug. And now, everyone will just think you're drinking coffee, so you can enjoy your morning beer judgment-free. Go to wafflemerch.com to get yours today. Welcome back to Waffle Box. Still to come, we are talking Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness. And we've got our feel-good story of the week, which is a doozy, this one. But now we are officially in the middle of the show, so it's officially time for the middle of the show quiz.
oh yeah.
Middle of the show quiz.
So this week's middle of the show quiz is, of course, Marvel inspired. So we are going to test Kush's knowledge because he's a movie man. He's a man by the numbers. So we're going to be testing his knowledge on opening weekend numbers for Marvel movies. So this is a adaptation of the game we played previously, where it was older or younger. So this one is just simply, I'm going to give you a movie and you have to guess whether it was higher or lower weekend box office domestically than the previous one. Pretty simple, right?
Actually, very simple. Yeah, thank you.
Okay.
I thought you were asking for like real numbers. I was like,
oh no, that would be
but no,
that would be me.
no, I got this.
Okay, so we're going to start off with, so your base level is 2019's Captain Marvel, which domestically grossed $153.4 million opening weekend.
That's right, opening weekend.
Opening weekend. So, is higher or lower 2017's Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2? Is it higher or lower than Captain Marvel?
Lower, but not by much.
So you're guessing lower than 153.4?
Yes.
Correct. Gross 146.5 million opening weekend.
It's like we're talking about like inches with each other with those numbers.
So next up then, so now obviously you're in higher and lower than Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 if you're the first time listening. Next one is Spider-Man Homecoming. So Spider-Man Homecoming, which I believe was the first of the Tom Holland movies. So higher or lower than 146.5? You think more?
Oh,
117.03 million.
fascinating.
Spider-Man. So it's 1 on 1. So I should be making note of this. Great, wrong. Okay, and then so next up, so higher and lower than Spider-Man Homecoming, Captain America Civil War. Or was what it really should have been. It should have been like Avengers 3 or something, because that was not a Captain America movie. Captain America Civil War from 2016. Higher or lower than 117 million?
Lower.
You're going lower?
Lower.
179 million opening weekend.
Oh my god.
You should have seen it. Sure, it wasn't that Captain America Civil War, wasn't that the first appearance by Spider-Man? Everyone was hyped for it.
Sure.
So that's 179. So now, higher or lower than this? And you're 1 and 2 on this, so no pressure. No pressure. 2013's Iron Man 3. Higher or lower than 179?
Higher.
Oh, 174. It's close. No cigar from you, Mr. Cochet. So that's 1 and 3. So just to shits and giggles, let's go for the 5th one.
Yeah, let's just do it, man.
So higher or lower than 174? 2018's Black Panther.
Higher.
$202 million in the opening week.
That's such a pleasant noise. Oh, thank you.
That's
now it's tied.
That's for
Where's the tiebreaker, Mike Fish?
Liang Ming, when those bees started to hum. Ooh.
Ooh, see, now I won. There you go. Hey, so I feel like a winner. I know I won in my heart, and God bless. Thank you, BI up above.
That was inspired since Doctor Strange made roughly $500 gazillion opening weekend.
Well, this new Doctor Strange made over $650 million worldwide. Like, that's
ridiculous.
Super duper impressive.
Ridiculous. Right, we'll get into that more in the review later. Stay tuned for that. But now we are time to delete things from history, because my God, there's so much Marvel. Some things have to go, surely. For this week's Marvel-inspired Trapdoor segment. For a second there, I said it like a brief heart attack because I wasn't sure if I was recording or not. But I am, and everyone's listening to this. Fantastic. Oh, that'd be horrible.
I'm constantly always looking up. I'm always looking up at that, looking for that little red light. Always looking.
We're good. We're safe. All right, Trapdoor this week. So we're going heroes and villains. So 2 rounds. It's going to be a tough one, I think. So the round 1's heroes. I guess it's the original, the OG Avengers. One of them's going. Now, obviously, spoiler alert, some of them may have already gone. But so we're talking Iron Man.
From the movies or the comics? Movies or comics?
Let's go with movies. Basing this opinion solely on the
MCU. They are 2 different things. So
they are. It's a good point. Fair point. So we go Iron Man, Incredible Hulk, Captain America, or Thor. One of those has to go. What are your thoughts? Hulk, really?
Hulk.
Why?
Yeah. Hulk. He's emotionally unstable. Like, that guy can't keep his shit together. He's always the most uncooperative, part of the team, even when you want him to be the Hulk. And he's all like, "I can't be the Hulk." You know, he never looks the
Hulk
same
smashes things. Like destruction is fun.
Sometimes Hulk smashes things when you don't need him to smash things. Hulk is incapable
Black
of
Widow.
being a part of the strategy. Ooh. That's not fair. She can't have babies.
Goodbye,
the Hulk.
Really? Oh, I was gonna go with Captain America because he's kind of
Fuck
dull.
you.
In the movies, come on. He's by the book.
And the back seat you were conceived in, sir. No. You can't, Captain. You can't get rid of Captain America any more than you can get rid of Iron Man. All right, you definitely can't get rid of Thor. Thor is a fucking god. Like Hulk is just one tick lower than an Abomination. Guess what? His main villain is the Abomination. So the Hulk is not worth having. It's too much negative chaos. Not even neutral chaos. Definitely not positive chaos. The Hulk fucking sucks. He needs to go. You can't even make a movie for the Hulk.
Yeah, that was a bad movie.
2 bad movies. I mean, I guess the Incredible Hulk was only okay. Edward Norton's Hulk, only okay. No one.
What was
goes
the
back
second
to
one
that
you're
shit,
thinking
though.
of?
There's Ang Lee's Hulk with Eric.
No, we're talking MCU though. That's what I'm saying.
But it was supposed to be the MCU. So
yeah.
Edward Norton's
Sorry,
Hulk
yes. Sorry,
is only
sorry,
okay,
that one,
but it's still inferior to everything. Mark Ruffalo is a good Hulk, but Hulk still sucks in the MCU.
All right, I'll go with that. Sorry, Hulk.
It makes me feel there was a big goddamn door that he just fell through.
It was.
And he's got a really good jumping radius, so we might see him again.
Oh yeah, I'm sure he turned green by and broke his own fall, so he's fine. Everyone, don't worry.
Mm-hmm.
In purgatory with
he might come out of the trapdoor, is what I'm saying, Mike.
Jared
we have
Leto's
to be ready for that.
Joker.
We might want to put like a phone book on there, maybe 2 phone books on there.
Maybe better safe than sorry.
Yeah, man.
All right, round 2. We're now talking villains. Ooh, villains. So one of these has to go.
And kill all the villains.
We're talking Thanos, Loki, Killmonger, Mysterio.
Ow. Mysterio
Again,
is
just MCU.
This is just the MCU. Mysterio is still the funniest villain. He's the most weakest nonchalant. Like he shouldn't have affected as much as he did in Spider-Man Far From Home. But I hate Loki. I don't hate the guy who plays Loki. I don't hate the performances of Loki. I hate Loki, and I don't understand why people like him. I don't understand why people are trying to be like, but he's redeemed himself. And, this TV show makes him a good guy. Man. Loki can suck my dick, dude. Get out of here. Loki's dropping through the trap door.
See, I'm going to say my thought process was between Killmonger and Mysterio. Both were very, but I think Mysterio's cheekiness and things.
Mysterio's the weakest one. He's somehow the most craftiest one, but Mysterio shouldn't have been affecting as much as he did.
Well, because I was thinking, because
Killmonger at least had a plan.
Yeah, but within the MCU, 3 of them kind of brought Killmonger. Don't worry, he was very good, and his performance in that was very good.
Killmonger's great, dude.
He was just an angry young man. Like at least, and realistically, he wasn't that good of a villain because he at least was justified in his own mind, if that makes sense.
Yes, it does. Just like Thanos.
Where-
And if anybody could have defeated Thanos, it would have been Killmonger.
What? You think Killmonger could have
Fuck.
beat Thanos?
And his 3 fucking geeks. Yeah.
That's a bold claim.
And I stand by that shit, dude. Hand on heart.
So you think Loki over Killmonger?
Loki needs to go away, dude. I'm sick of his shit. All right. Again, as I said, Mysterio is the weakest one, dude. And if you want to get rid of Mysterio, I'd be like, all right, let's get fucking rid of Mysterio, dude. Fuck that guy. He's not paying his dues. But I hate fucking Loki. And I have laid out my case of why I hate Loki and fuck Loki. So, that's where I stand, dude. Drop Loki. I'm sick of his shit.
You play a half, drive a half bargain. One of these days, you
All
have
those
to give me
debate
something.
classes I never took are coming in handy.
All right. Well, let's get to the main event. Let's talk about one Marvel hero that is being very successful. We're talking Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness, in this week's Cush's movie review.
Cush's movie review.
Take it away, my man.
Just your thoughts. Spoilers or non-spoilers?
No spoilers.
Don't care.
No
spoilers. It is. So yeah,
I kind of promised when I was hyping up this episode on my other podcast, Clarence Big Blue, check it out at cbbpod.com. I did kind of say that this would be a non-spoiler review. So let's go.
I'm good with that too. No worries. The short answer is I like Doctor Strange. Is it in my top 10? Absolutely not. But it is absolutely entertaining. It's the best Sam Raimi comic book movie ever. And it's got lots of surprises in it. So when
Shock.
I'm hearing that people aren't liking it, it's baffling to me. And it's one of those things where, like, again, we're dealing with a multiverse, Mike Fish. So people's theories didn't come true and they don't like that. And the things they saw in the trailer weren't the biggest part of the story. And who the villain is, I mean, it's kind of obvious, but I didn't see it coming.
Knows. Really?
I didn't see it coming. I was just like, no, you know, we left that series despite being weird. Like, she could be redeemed. She'll be all right.
Knows it's WandaVision. Wanda.
You said Wanda. I didn't say nothing.
Everyone thought it.
Black
and
Widow it's the multiverse, and Black Widow could come back, and Dwayne the Rock Johnson is R2D2, and yeah, man, don't worry.
All right, one spoiler. So, Jim, if you do not want spoil, because this is just going to be a yes or no question, Kush.
Okay.
So it's just going to be
no.
short. So.
Yes or no.
So if you literally do
0
not
or
want
1.
any spoilers on your podcast player, pretty much every one of them has like a skip ahead 15 or 30 seconds button. I'm about to ask the question. So hit that button to skip forward 15 to 30 seconds. Now, Kush Hayes, is Deadpool in this movie?
No.
Fuck. Anyway, welcome back to those people that didn't want any spoilers. Carry on.
But that's not a spoiler. Like,
It would have been if you said yes.
Movie isn't well, fair enough. But what isn't in the movie isn't a spoiler. Like, again, like Dwayne Johnson isn't R2D2, and Tom Cruise isn't Iron Man, and
well, there's a problem with the way the multiverse is panning out in the MCU. Almost saying that someone isn't in it is almost a spoiler in and of itself, if that makes sense.
I disagree 1,000% because the story is important.
Well, no, what I'm saying is that a lot of people have been hyped up as being in it. So if you say they're not in it, then I wouldn't be shocked if some people would be like, "Oh, you've ruined that for me." If you know what I mean.
What isn't in the movie, they don't get to be upset about, dude. Like,
I know that, but I'm saying
if Sam Jackson plays Han Solo in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, you don't get to be upset about that.
Star Wars characters are never going to be in the MCU.
It's all Disney, blood.
I know, but that would be weird if Darth Vader suddenly shows up and punches Doctor Strange.
Fucking Brad Pitt is fucking Rapunzel. Like if it didn't happen, it didn't happen. You don't get to be mad about what didn't happen. So it's whatever it is, dude. But this is a Sam Raimi film, man. I got out of this movie and I immediately texted my top 51 friends. I think you were in that list, Mike Fish, and I went.
Fucking wasn't.
Doctor Strange 2 is the best Evil Dead 4 we never got. And a lot of folks were encouraged by that. A lot of folks were intrigued by that.
Oh, I got it.
Good. Why didn't you respond, motherfucker?
I don't know. What was it, Thursday?
Well, see, you're the rude one here, dude. Like, I wanted you to know, like, this was a good movie. I was hoping we might have a spoiler-filled review, but I digress. Dude, this has a great story. It's absolutely a Doctor Strange movie.
Sorry, cut in there. I remember now. Thursday night. So my beloved West Ham United played a game at 3:00 in which they lost. So I drowned my sorrows. And so by 10:15, when you sent that text message, I was probably not good enough to respond. But so then that's why. I was a little bit inebriated by 10:00.
If I was on the opposite side of the world and I heard my San Francisco Giants lost at 5 a.m, yeah, I can feel. I understand. I understand.
Anyway, this review is going. I'm taking this off the rails. So carry on. Evil Dead 4.
No, it's a good review, dude. It's Evil Dead 4. Sam Raimi style, dude. All the camera angles there. All the sped up footage is there. There's all the Sam Raimi-ism makeups is there. If you like Sam Raimi films, this is a return to his glory. It's a best of tape. I would encourage Marvel Studios, please give him $250 million for every movie that you can get him booked on, or more. Because if you like The Evil Dead, if you like Drag Me to Hell, if you like Sam Raimi films, Army of Darkness, of course, like, you should really, really, really like this. Okay, your theories about what multiverse character is or isn't in this should be irrelevant, and what he does with that is fucking crazy. There's a couple jokes in here, dude, but this is as close to a horror movie as the Marvel
I've heard. Yeah, a lot of people have heard almost upset.
It's
how dark and
really
violent it is.
It's dark. It's legitimately dark. It's borderline R-rated, man. Like, there's enough blood in here that I was surprised. Oh shit, how is this not an R rating? Like, necks get snapped, a guy's head caves in.
Jesus.
It's Wanda Maximoff is a motherfucker, dude. Like, she's a stronger villain than Thanos and is not going to get celebrated as hard, dude. Yeah, this movie is great. It's not getting celebrated the way it should be. I'm surprised at the naysayers, and I think they just didn't get their fucking theory correct. The Illuminati segment, which is most of Act 2, it's a lot of fun, dude. I think a lot of folks are going to wish there was more America Chavez, played by Xochitl Gomez, which isn't spelled phonetically Sochi. I can't. Don't ask me to spell it. And I was thankful enough to see enough YouTube videos that pronounced it Sochi. So if I'm still mispronouncing that, my bad.
Blame you.
But America Chavez is a character I would have liked to have had more of. Saudi Arabia tried to get Marvel Studios to delete 12 seconds of her parents' lesbian romance. And it's like one of the most important scenes. Like, that's all I'm really going to say. Like, it's definitely a motivation. It's how America Chavez got into all these problems.
I mean, not to go into that kind of rabbit hole, but it just still blows my mind that there are countries out there who genuinely are worried that someone who had, like, say a woman who had zero thoughts about being sexually attracted to another woman, all of a sudden sees it on a Marvel movie and goes, whoa, actually, maybe I will do that. Like, It's not how it works, Saudi Arabia. Fucking hell.
Mhm.
Please don't hurt me. But yes.
that is actually a legitimate request. Please don't hurt Mike Fish. And don't hurt Kush Hayes either.
Constructive criticism. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Like, it is the most inoffensive scene ever. That it's one of the more LGBTQ plus commitments that something under the Disney banner has had. You know, like, and again, it's just like these two women in this dimension so far away. They had a kid, and then on one day, over the most benign thing ever, shit went super sideways, and this whole problem started. And I thought it was super interesting. Again, I would have liked to have had more in this movie. This movie is just over 2 hours. Without credits, it's under 2 hours.
Nice.
It's end credits, stingers, whatever it's called.
Post-credit scenes.
Just go home, folks. You do not need to. No, I don't care, man. Like, these things are always unimpressive to me, and I don't know why I even sat around for these two. But I'm telling you, you do not.
I think recently, that if anything, they've been more annoying than exciting. Because I remember, like, do you remember like the early ones when I think it was, I can't remember which movie it was, but when it was like hinting at Iron Man joining the Avengers when it's in the post credits. It's like, ooh, that's pretty cool. But
yeah, that's a fun tease, and it led to something.
But I remember, like, I mean, if you haven't yet still seen Spider-Man, the recent one, I don't know what to tell you, but the post-credit scene with Tom Hardy, if anything, that just annoyed me because it was like, oh, you tease.
Oh. Yeah, that shit was dumb.
So, fuck.
I even forgot about it. That's how dumb that shit was.
But I sat around purposely because I thought, and for that to happen, I was like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, that shit was. Post-credit scenes are just dumb, and Marvel is taking advantage of that. And I guess they're doing that for the. You want me to be optimistic, Mike? They're doing that for the benefit of their, like, state-wide population crew. You know, like that thing is a mile long. Okay, the end credits. I think they want people to see the names in the credits, and that's why they do this shit.
No one's doing that. Everyone's on checking their phone, checking their Twitter until something happens. Oh,
sure,
pay attention now.
Like I said, I was being optimistic, but you killed that dream. So
sorry.
Pessimistic it will be from Pessimistic Kush.
So you like this? So non-spoilers, I guess.
Yeah, man.
Question
would
be...
I was disappointed I couldn't see it again today. I wanted to go see a 3D screening of it, but all they had was 3D 4DX, and I don't want to fucking ride Doctor Strange. I want to just fucking.
Are they still
trip
doing
out.
That shit?
The 4DX gimmick is going to be a thing for a while because it's a whole installation thing, man. The chairs physically move.
Yeah, I don't
want hydraulics.
I don't want any of that.
I do not want that shit either. Although I am thinking about maybe experiencing Top Gun like that.
That's a fair one. That might be pretty interesting.
But since I now know what to kind of expect, I'd be like,
or Aladdin.
I might want to. Aladdin, sure, yeah.
Be on the carpet with him and everything.
If you know what to expect, absolutely. But when you're like, oh man, Black Widow, what the hell? Oh my god, like something just punched me in the kidney. I don't like that.
Fast and the Furious. Your car's.
I'm glad I did not see Fast and the Furious.
Chair just starts handbrake turning.
No, thank you.
So non-spoiler. So with this being the multiverse,
I'm giving it a 4 out of 5.
4 out of 5. Is there again? So non-spoilers. But
non-spoilers.
If people go to see this movie, is there a lot of oh, that person's in it?
No, not really.
No?
Not really. You already know the biggest, but the biggest. No, you know the second biggest. Wow, wow, I'm glad he's there. You know, he's definitely in the trailer. The whole time I was like, well, how do we know he's in the trailer? But I'm like dense like that. I don't analyze trailers.
All right. So last one. Again, no spoilers. If you want no spoilers, skip ahead 15 seconds now. Skip now. So is Patrick Stewart from the X-Men, or is he a different character?
X-Men, yes.
Cool.
Professor X.
Welcome back, everyone. We're making you work for this one if you're listening to this. 4 out of 5.
It's a great scene, dude. FYI, like it's not short enough. I would have loved more, but I'm glad I got what I did. It's got Sam Raimi's touch on it, and the entire movie actually serves a purpose. If I did not see WandaVision before this, I would be curious to see WandaVision after this. Did I need to see it? I don't think you did. I'm tired of these folks saying, like, you need to see this movie, and this movie, and Marvel and Disney is adept enough that you don't. You'll get a lot. You won't understand character history and some references. But yeah, don't worry about subscribing to D+ if you haven't already.
And I think they're aware of that, because I think they're recently they have been, not in a very obvious in your face way, but recently with their movies and their TV shows on D+, they have in a weird kind of way been doing the whole previously on the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Like they'll give the little flashbacks and little whatever, so they bring you up to speed before they continue on, which I like. I do like that, because even sometimes, I mean, I've watched everything, but even sometimes if there's like a time between them, sometimes there is a little bit of like, wait, why is that happening? What is going on? So it's pretty cool that, because I mean, there's about 68 Marvel movies now. Like
this one was number 28. The next movie is Thor: Love and Thunder, or Thor 4, but Alexa does not understand it once I say Thor 4, and she goes, 4, looking for now. No, Thor 4.
Who is 4? It's like, who's on next?
And then Marvel.
Who's on first?
Who's on first? What's on second? I don't know. He's on third. But I do know that Wakanda Forever in November is supposed to be Marvel movie number 30.
Because then you got Guardians of the Galaxy 3 as well.
That's going to be next year, next summer.
No, so because Guardians of the Galaxy are in the next 4 movies. Spoiler alert.
They just finished filming that yesterday.
Or the Guardians of the Galaxy, as I like to call them.
Hi-oh.
All right. Let's move on, since Zoom just gave me the warning. Fuck you, Zoom. So 4 out of 5, definitely. Obviously, me. I wasn't expecting you to be like, that was trash, but still interesting.
I enjoyed it. I want to go see it again in the theater. Please do.
Please do. What movie have you already got something lined up for next week? Movie review wise?
Worst case scenario, we will talk about Firestarter, reboot or the remake of Firestarter. Worst case scenario.
So bad.
Find something better.
Yeah, that looks so bad, because that's on Peacock as well. It's on the cock. So,
well, I don't need to go to the theater then. That'll be exciting.
So maybe that'll be one of those that we both watch. So we'll see.
Let's avoid that. Let's move on.
Anyway, so yes, before we end the show, obviously, Kush alluded to it earlier, a new episode of Microdose comes out this Friday with special guest
Drew Angelman.
Check that out on all the podcast platforms on Friday. And again, if you do want some extra waffle in your life, go to extrawaffle.com, become a member, and get those bonus shows. But for now, as always, we're going to wrap things up and end on a feel-good moment with this week's feel-good story of the week. Nope, not that one. That's the wrong jingle. We're going to end the show on this week's feel-good story of the week. That's better.
That's the coolest fucking story I've ever heard in my entire life. That's insane. Can I hear it again?
not editing that out. I say we never edit, so we're going to leave that fuck up in there. Anyway, feel good story of the week. This week comes to us from a young lady named Carly Berryman, whose mother had a undisclosed illness. So she was kind of not bedridden, but she couldn't travel as much. She was very much a traveler. She loved going to see the world and yada, yada, yada. But due to an illness, she was unable to do that. So what her daughter thought, this would be a really good idea. She purchased a virtual reality headset. And so she gave it to her mum to use. So her mum like still see some crazy shit and quote unquote travel. And she saw how much joy that this brought to her mother. And so she thought, I have an idea here. So obviously 2 years ago, there was a beginning of a pandemic. You may have heard about it in the news.
Little thing.
It's a little thing. So what she did, because obviously lots of people were stuck at home, but more importantly, people at care homes and things like that were just super, super down. So she started a company called Viva Vita. And what she would do, she would go around to nursing homes, care homes, and things like that, and just give all these lovely old people virtual reality experience of a lifetime. And there's a video on it, and maybe I'll link it in the description. But there's these beautiful videos of these old ladies going to Paris. They'd never seen the Eiffel Tower before, so they're going to Paris, and there's love in life. And it's just a little, a little bit of joy. There's no real punchline here. It's just a nice story of someone, just bringing joy to their mother and then realizing, you know what, I could bring joy to more people. And that's what she did. So shout out to Carly Berryman for her company, Viva Vita, for bringing joy to the more experienced generation, shall we say.
Hell yeah.
Hit you in the feels, man.
I feel pretty good about it.
So yeah, that's fun. So yes, that wraps up this week's Waffle Box. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. If you are listening and you're like, wait, what? People are watching this? Of course, you can go to YouTube and you can watch our gorgeous faces talk and talk and talk for an hour. If you are watching us and you're like, Jesus Christ, these bastards are ugly. Well, no worries. You could just listen to us instead. And even though you wouldn't say that anyway, because we're
fuck you
gorgeous.
And your mom.
Yeah. You can go to obviously Spotify, Apple Podcasts, all that good stuff. For all the links of how you can enjoy the show weekly, go to enjoywafflebox.com and of course go to extrawaffle.com, become a member. Talking of fucking mothers, real quick, just before we have to sign off because we've only got a couple of minutes left before Zoom says fuck you. Funny story is I was at the grocery store and on my way to the parking lot, I saw this gentleman obviously trying to get his kids into the car and buckled up. And obviously they were giving him a little bit of trouble. And so I saw a grown man tell his children that they're a pair of motherfucking cocksuckers, which I thought was hilarious because it's like, that's weird on several levels. But the punchline was because karma struck him pretty quickly because let's just say, not that there's a problem with this, but let's just say he was a heavy set gentleman. And so after he slammed the door, after calling his kids cocksuckers, he attempted then to get into the car himself. And I guess because he was angry and large and he struggled to get into the car and I'm sure he was very embarrassed when he turned around and saw me watching him. So shout out to you if you are watching or listening to this. Yes, I saw you. Yes, I saw you call your kids a cocksucker. You're a dick. And I hope he was very embarrassed from that situation.
That's so New Jersey.
It is very much New Jersey. Anyway, on that note, until next time, take care of yourselves and each other.
That's all, folks.